A person who frequents the gym might tell you that it's short for abdominal muscles. A surgeon might say it stands for the American Board of Surgery. A logistics professional will tell you that it's short for the American Bureau of Shipping, and a mechanic would say it could cost anywhere from $200 to $4,000 to fix, and that it's in reference to the anti-lock braking system. A quick Google search will tell you all about these organizations, as well as several others that you didn't know existed. But what you won't find on the page is anything remotely related to baseball. Major League Baseball isn't a tech company, but they like to play one on TV. Over the years, they have been consistently investing in technology as a way to improve the game on the field and enhance the fan experience off the field. Instant Replay, PitchCom, and the Pitch Clock have helped improve the on-field product by shortening games and increasing call accuracy, while Baseball Savant, MLB Game Day, and MLB Film Room have created a digital experience so stimulating that it forces the average fan to choose between watching a 3D rendering of Reds Pirates and talking to their family. ABS is the newest technological advancement from Major League Baseball, and it presumably started with a question many baseball fans have, which is, why is it that we can accurately overturn close plays, hit by pitches, and catcher interference, but we can't overturn an Angel Hernandez strike call that was 8 inches off the plate? This is the exact question MLB sought to answer in 2019, where they tested the viability of a fully automated strike zone in the Atlantic League, an independent league used by MLB to test out new rules and innovations. The technology continued to improve as more and more leagues began to adopt it, until finally, MLB announced that they too would be using it in a challenge format for the 2026 season. Now I'm totally in favor of this. Not only are we going to get more calls right, but we're also getting the entertainment factor of seeing tennis-style reviews when a player calls BS on an ump's call. That's all well and good, but what's not is this name. I'm not a search engine optimization expert, but I think a good rule of thumb is that when your brand can't differentiate itself from the Australian Bureau of Statistics, it might be time for a change. And since no one at MLB can be bothered to do it, I, owner of as many graphic design degrees as this tree, will have to. Not because I want to, but because I have too much time on my hands. In order to avoid a Cracker Barrel type fiasco and pull off a successful rebrand, we're gonna have to hit on the name and logo. Luckily for us, the floor is military defense contractor, so it's not exactly gonna take a creative genius to beat that. The nice thing about the current name is it gives us a template for what not to do, make it boring and vague. All we have to do is flip that to make it specific and fun. The concept "ball don't lie" is universal when it comes to sports, but is most notable in basketball. A common example of this is when a defender feels that they were wrongly called for a foul. The shooter goes to the foul line for 2 free throws and misses both. Ball don't lie. I didn't actually foul you, and the ball knew that. Therefore, you missed 2 free throws. It's basically karma for sports. Our example is slightly different in that it doesn't rely on the cosmic powers of the ball to make up the bad call, but instead uses the technology itself to overturn the call. Now that we have the name of the product, we can begin to craft the logo. If I were actually in charge of creating this logo, my first step would be to find a trendy design team and hand them $90,000 to accomplish what a second grader could do for free in 4 minutes. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of cash to burn, but I do have 4 minutes and a second grade artistic level, so I think I'll just skip to that part of the plan. Okay, step 1 is to add the text and pick a font. Now, normally in this type of situation, I would take at least 20 minutes to scroll through all the choices, but we don't have the luxury of time, so I'll just pick one in the A section. Agenda, sure. Step 2, make a baseball. There are several right ways to do this, and then there's the way I'm going to do it. Drag a circle onto the screen and give it a black border. Then what we're going to do is draw the seams ourselves, because why not? This handy little dotted feature gives us the red seam look we're going for. Angle it a touch, and done. Step 3. Accidentally stumble onto something cool. At this point I just started playing around and discovered that if I change the text color for the letter D and position it over the original D, it looks just like a pitching mound, with the black rectangle being the rubber. Step 4. Trace the ball's path. Again, since I have a second grade skill level, I'm going to draw this. I'm going to go with this red color and select the path that most resembles a crayon. And that's it! Our logo uses a circle, a line, and 2 colors to convey that this product is about baseball. At this point, I really have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm fairly certain it's time to market the crap out of this product. That means commercials with The Rock. That means selling Tim Robinson themed merch. And if we're desperate enough, it might even mean going on Jimmy Fallon to talk about our name change. I'm not above anything, except for maybe a partnership with Fortnite. Objectively defining the strike zone puts MLB in a category by itself, which creates an opportunity to win over fans from other sports. Sure, the NFL can automate first downs, but they can't tell a ref not to throw a flag for pass interference. No matter how much you define the rule, there will always be different interpretations of it. Ball Don't Lie removes all subjectivity. The smart move is using it in a challenge format, because it allows the product to double as an entertainment factor. Sitting in the ballpark guessing whether the pitch was a ball or a strike is something fans can engage with throughout the game. MLB has already done the hard part of creating a gamified technology that actually works. All they have to do now is brand it in a way that makes it sound more relatable to the average fan and less like a stock your grandfather bought in 1940. Goodbye ABS. Hello Ball Don't Lie.